Hey guys, it's Jaden, and I'm back with today's episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, Season 12, Episode 8. And we still ain't got no haircut because we still in the house, so I'm just gonna resort to a bunch of hats and stuff. This episode, honestly, was very, subdued, but I think, in terms of, consistent story, it was, there. Also, it really wasn't dramatic. But, let's just start it out real quick. Out the gate, instantly, we have the whole conversation about, was Jan crying for Britta, or was she crying for, not winning the challenge last week? I'm gonna be honest, I think it was because she didn't win that challenge last week. Just saying. I think mainly it was for that challenge. Jackie agrees with me. That's really the truth. That's the honest to God truth. Maybe Britta and Jan are besties to the resties, but you're not ever gonna see them again, so it's not like they die after the episode, so you'll see them. We start the episode with a mini challenge. The mini challenge was very different. It was basically an ad for something where they had to build a box and then have this very competition-esque shade off, basically just a bunch of backwards compliments, right? And our teams were essentially Gigi and Jackie versus Jada and Crystal, and then you had Heidi and Jan versus Widow and Sherry. And let's just be honest here, Gigi and Jackie were hitting it out the park. I think when we had the second group go, theirs just wasn't at the level of shade and just dynasty backhanded compliments as Gigi and Jackie. And again, I know I look a mess, but we're just gonna keep on going. The main challenge this week was basically the marketing challenge. Build something, market it, make a commercial, make it funny, go. That was basically the whole thing. They had a lot of things to do. That's why I think the episode was so subdued, because they had so much to film, so much to edit, so much to get in order for this challenge itself. So, notable mentions before we really get into what the girls chose to do. Like I already said, Jan was sad. I think Widow was being the most real out of everyone, especially when she said, it really doesn't matter until you get the top 4. And that's the truth. All you have to do is really just make it up the top 4 and you can pretty much win this competition. The top 4 is such a toss-up at the end of the day, because then it's really just about what can your talent do for you at this point in time. But yes, your challenges are taken into account, but they're really not. They're really not. I don't know why I'm just noticing it this season, but a lot of the challenges that they do are improv challenges. And I just never realized that they were improv challenges until today. So that's that. I don't know what to do with that information, but I was like, oh, okay, well, work. Heidi is hilarious. Crystal is a kook. What else is there? Oh, Shaka Khan is our guest judge, and I know for damn sure half the queens didn't know who that was. It was just funny because, you know who's giving you the right reaction when the camera is panning to the certain people, and the only melanated people were really given that reaction that I guess the cameras wanted for Shaka Khan being there. So we're off of the challenge, essentially. Our first up is Jackie Cox, and she's marketing a Merkin. I'll be honest, her commercial was cute. It was nice. It was funny. It was well planned, obviously, because it's a Merkin, which is a basic. If you didn't know, it's a beard for downstairs. And I was just honestly, it was a cute commercial. It wasn't anything bad. I didn't have an issue with it. Go off. Jan, here. She's marketing Sure Jan. It's supposed to be, Jan spray to fill your Jantasy. Now, I'll be honest, I personally didn't have an issue with this at all. I felt the Jantasy. I truly did. But the judges were like, you're doing entirely too much. You're not giving us any time to breathe and digest it. Fair. That's a fair criticism. I didn't have an issue with this commercial, though. I got it. I saw what she was doing. You only have so much time to be put into that commercial. I guess less is more in this instance in terms of what the judges are saying. But they've been so inconsistent this season, honestly. They probably flipped the coin and said who's going to go home first. Next up, we have Jada Essence Hall doing Luxury Tuck. Basically, just luxury tucking panties, where Jada was just being funny, period. That's just what she was doing. I feel like I don't give Jada enough credit, but Jada has been turning looks. Jada has been turning challenges. Like, Jada knows what she's good at and knows what she's bad at. And she really plays up to those strengths. And that's one thing that we have to be really proud about for Jada Essence Hall. For this challenge, I think she did such a good job. She was hilarious. She had me laughing, rolling. Next up, we have Gigi Good. Good morning, Miss Good, and good night, bitch, because that's the name of her perfume, I guess it was, and it really was a snoozer. I get the comedy in what she was trying to do, right? I think like Gigi's personality, I think if you can tell throughout the competition, yeah, she's a bubbly person, but she really does have like this dry humor. Like, that's the humor she really like goes for. I understood where she was coming from. Was it the best? No, not at all. But you know what? I will say, I was kind of happy that at least she wasn't going to win this week. Gigi Stan over here. You know, everybody who's black and Gigi, plus Jackie. So, you know, it was surreal to see her not do as well and receive the good criticism that she's been receiving the entirety of the competition. Next up, Heidi in Closet. She basically did Heidi Hydration, which is basically similar to Goodnight Jan, or you know what I'm saying, Sure Jan, Goodnight Bitch. Either way, it basically the same thing. A little refreshing essence spray to kick you up like some go-go juice. I mean, Heidi is a trip, and I've been waiting for Heidi to get the opportunity to really like show out, and this was her chance. She did it. She was funny using the. I can't. My gap's not big enough for that, but I mean, Heidi's hilarious, and I'm so happy that she's getting here. Oh, other notable mention. Heidi only had $9,000 in her bank account prior to coming to Drag Race, like that last year prior to coming to Drag Race, just from working at a gas station. When I tell you, if there's one person who I think would completely go off if we did not have this pandemic going on, it is Heidi. I want the world for Heidi so bad. And I am just so not here for the fact that she's just in the house. Hopefully she's doing some digital drag shows, getting that coin digitally, Venmo, Cash App, and all. But I really just want her to like make that money because I want to support Heidi, right? Just really, truly want to support Miss Heidi. Next up, we have Miss Widow, sorry, no longer Miss, the Widow Von Du. And you know what? The inner saboteur was there, right? We all saw it. We all saw what we had to see, and that was really the issue. She was really stuck in her head, and she really could never recover from just not being able to go out the way she wanted to. She's one of those people who has to have things, I think, really planned out her way to some extent so she can order everything up and know exactly what she's doing. I'm kind of like that to some extent, so I understand. But she didn't do well. That's just it. Yeah, that was the issue there. Next up, we have Crystal Method. I read this article earlier today, something about like we should talk about Crystal Method's outfits. I mean, not her. We should talk about Crystal Method's name. I don't give a damn. Y'all ain't got nothing else to write about? Well, I guess not, because if y'all, I guess not. She was selling us the magic mullet, and you know what? This is the smartest person, I would say, that chose to market something, because it's something that RuPaul has been basically being like, oh, we love that mullet. Very El DeBarge. Like, I mean, getting the use out of that song, pushing it. And she's selling you a magic mullet. It was funny, it was kooky, it was full on Crystal, and I was here for the entirety of her commercial. It was just so funny. It was just so good, right? Category is Black Wedding. First up, we have, category is Black Wedding. First up, we have Jackie Cox. And let's be honest here. Miss Jackie came to play no games with no one. She is serving you a look right here, right? I mean, full on fantasy, giving you Black Widow, my husband's dead, he's probably off at war, and I have to figure out this whole situation on my own. I mean, she looks gorgeous. Her lip is there, hair, again, coiffed. And I think that over time, Miss Jackie has really like given us that, well, she's been giving us 60s fantasies, giving us a lot of Persian fantasies, giving us a lot of like a mixture of the both, a little bit of modern in there. And this is something that I think is like a timeless outfit. I just think she looks so good. Like, truly, like she just looks good. I'm here for Jackie Cox in this outfit. Next up, we have Jan, just Jan. And you know what? I've been saying this the entire competition. Jan can turn a look. She really can. No one can turn a look like Jan. I mean, well, people can, but you know what I mean. She looked gorgeous. The bouquet, beautiful. Her face, somber, sad. I mean, she was selling the outfit. Then she did something with a ring and then something with the I don't on the back. And you know what? I guess with that part. But I think she looked good. Gorgeous. Great. Next up, Jada Essence Hall. And Miss Jada was serving you woman. Again, I've been saying this since the beginning of the season. I mean, she served. I loved every bit of this. She accessorized properly. I mean, her hair looked gorgeous. I mean, she looked snatched at the waist. Miss Jada was serving, like, gorgeous. And what's interesting about this is that, like, her dress is very, like, classic wedding dress you see in white, but just in black. And I think that everyone else kind of went overboard doing embellishments and adding crystals and rhinestones and everything like that. But it was strictly a plain dress. And it looks so good. Accessorized very minimally, but like, she looks great. Yes, that's Miss Jada Good. Next up, we have Gigi Good serving us allegedly, because I haven't really did the research. I don't know why I'm saying allegedly. Some Dior references, some fashion moment. Either way, the point is that it was a fashion moment. It looked so good. But here's my thing. This is what I've been asking for from a Gigi look. I just wanted the same silhouette. If you're gonna pull out me the same silhouette of a nice top and a very short mini skirt, can we have a look where it extends a little bit? And this is what I was looking for. Just something that extends a little further down than what we've been getting normally. And look, her hair is gorgeous. Her face looks great. But I mean, these are things she's always pulling out. She looks great. That's just the thing. But Miss Gigi doesn't come off a runway looking bad, so nothing else to say about that. Next up, we have Heidi in Closet. And to me, she's really serving you this First Lady going to the funeral at First Baptist of Dallas or North Carolina, wherever she's wanting to go. And she's just like, I have to give a little bit of drama for today's events, but here we go, I'm coming in. And then afterwards, she's gonna go to a concert. She's gonna go sing a couple of hits from Aretha Franklin. Like, that's what I'm getting from this outfit. I like this outfit. I think she looks good. I don't have an issue with it. I just think she looks very First Lady, and you know what? That's not a bad thing. She looks gorgeous. I'm here for this. Next up, we have the Widow Von Du, or Widow Von Du, whatever suits your boat at this point. She's serving. She looks so good. I don't want to say like this because I feel like it comes off the wrong way. Sometimes Widow can look very matronly. And I don't mean that in like a bad way. I mean that in a way like whenever they have like Heidi and Widow next to each other in the runway order, I don't know if they're trying to be shady or not, but it just feels weird. But I guess after looking at Heidi's, taking out the whole comparison or motherly and matronly to like a Heidi in Closet situation, I think this is gorgeous. I love the headpiece. I think her makeup is looking extra special tonight. The dress is looking just nice. It just really looks good. It's flowing properly. I mean, her makeup is on point. I have nothing else to say. She looks gorgeous. And finally, we have Crystal Method serving us I'm Dead. Boo. And you know what? She looks great. She's serving us very Coco fantasy, coming back for the day to let them know, like, hey, this is what happened to me. I just want to hang out with y'all real quick. I mean, giving us Dusty Dust and Ghostbusters. I mean, she looks so good. I think out of everyone this week, she's probably my favorite because it was such a departure from what everyone else was pulling. Everyone else kind of looked very same. And she was just like, I'm going to serve something different. And if anything, I think this kind of points out that Miss Crystal is a freaking makeup artiste. I don't think any of the other girls can pull off a look like this. I truly don't. I just don't think that the other girls' paint skills are at Crystal's level. Yeah. One thing actually going into this though, kind of coming off of Crystal, Michelle said a comment today about Crystal being like she did a complete 180 in the competition. Crystal never did anything wrong in the first place, so I don't see what the problem was, but okay, I guess 180 to something. I guess her first outfit or first looks were basically so much of clownery, but that was Crystal doing Crystal, and she adjusted for the competition. But she's not doing anything that none of the other girls really are doing. I guess she's really taking the criticism to heart and making visual efforts, but I don't know. Still love to see Miss Crystal doing Miss Crystal's things. Here's the thing. The tops were Heidi, Jackie, Crystal, Jada, with the bottoms being That Queen, The Widow, and Jan. Gigi was in the bottom also. Well, she wasn't in the bottom. She got negative critiques, but either way, she was safe. We weren't gonna let Miss Good go home, you know? So Heidi is the winner of this challenge, and we are so happy for her. Why? Because Heidi deserves this. That's all I have to say with that. I feel like I'm rambling at this point, so we're just gonna wrap this up. That Queen wasn't going home, so it was between Jan and Widow. To a Shaka Khan song. This is my night. I'll be honest, first few seconds of that lip sync, Jan, you lost. Like, Widow was embodying the song. She was just giving you a lot of Shaka Khan mannerisms, and I was like, yeah, Jan, you can possibly come back and win this, but there's no way you can win this. Jan did a really good lip sync, right? She did great. We love to see it. But Widow was, no. And then also we learned in Untucked that Widow has a very special connection to Shaka Khan, and Shaka Khan being like her muse and all that. Yeah, cut it. Jan, you're out. Overall, with this episode, I think that we realized that they're finally getting to the point. There wasn't much drama after Miss Britta left, so we're gonna have to see where the episodes go. I feel like they're gonna get very long and drawn out at this point. Jan, I think, deserved to win last week. She was robbed, but that was that. I don't want to see any racism towards Miss Widow Von Du, because like I just can see it happening, and I just don't want it to, because at the end of the day, they both turned the party. However, it kind of sucks that Jan got sent home, and she also didn't have any wins. And like I've been saying the entirety, I feel like I say this every video, she came with the mentality to win. And I think that Jan was kind of an overlooked competitor in this entire competition because she served every time. However, there was also just a bunch of people who possibly did a little bit better or a little bit worse in terms of criticism that could have been given to her. And that's not fair. But that's the game here. And I think Miss Jan has been turning out each week, doing her Jan jukeboxes and giving us a song, a dance, and a wonderful little thing like that, giving us a whole moment. So we're here for those. It's just that I think everyone realizes that Jan is not a bad queen because she went home with no wins. Like, Jan has been turning it since day one, and Jan has been doing it. I've been on Jan's side. But Jan's time to leave. And at this point, Jan didn't make my list of like who I'm rooting for. Everyone I'm rooting for is still in the competition. I'm rooting for everybody black, Gigi Good, and Jackie. So, who do y'all really want to make it to the top four? Because I really haven't really thought too much about this question. They brought it up in Untucked, and I think my top four has to be, also, how are they going to do top four this year? But I guess we'll talk about that later. It has to be, I want Heidi to be there because I feel like if she doesn't get it, I think she deserves Miss Congeniality. So Heidi, Gigi, Jada, Jackie. Heidi, Gigi, Jada, Jackie. That's the game that's being played here. Like I said, I really want to know, who is your top 4? Who do you think is going to be in the top 4? How do you think they're going to do top 4? Honestly. Anyway, that's today's video. Stay inside, wash your hands. Don't get it twisted. Talk to y'all later. Bye.